It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Caps and the Elks under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us down under in the beachside city of Melbourne, Australia. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We've got a good one on tap between the Salt Lake City Elks taking on the Caps of Melbourne. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, think about this Melbourne club entering play. They returned home after playing in London last week, but it was a good trip as they came home a winner.
And that's a long flight when you lose, but not half as bad when you come home with a victory and full of bangers and mash.
Meanwhile, for the visitors, Salt Lake City, they were losers their last time out. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted number 1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Now a 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now Murray. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Johnson on the return. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
Rodgers' throw pulled in by Kittle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. 6 catches, 102 yards.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Rodgers. Connects with Kittle underneath. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Now a play fake. Rodgers looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big pickup yards as they convert on fourth. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on fourth. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed. Rodgers thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7. Murray going to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. They'll give him 4 yards there. 3rd and 7 now. Here's Murray. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Well, they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
On play action, Rodgers gets this one to Juszczyk, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Ball start. Offense.
And they'll accept that penalty. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll try the right side here with White. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
This will be caught downfield by Moore. Touchdown! Elijah Moore, his second touchdown on the season. And the Caps put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is. And we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2. So I would agree with you totally on that.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. For this defense, CD, and going up against Kyler Murray here, what's the secret to keeping him in check?
Having better athletes than him, which is really unrealistic. So I go way back in football. They used to have a coverage called the umbrella coverage with 4 defenders back deep. Now you want to try and move that umbrella up front with Kyler Murray. Kind of surround him and keep him hemmed into the pocket. Because if he breaks out, he's going to hurt your defense in a big way with his legs.
At the 45-yard line.
Now Murray off play action. Rolling to his right. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Salt Lake City with the football here to begin quarter 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff running left, Mixon. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Throwing now is Murray. His throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
To throw is Murray. And this is going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Melbourne ready to go again on offense. They were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
On first down, Rodgers. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And he's brought down. 11 yards there. First down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Rodgers now to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
This ball deep for Tony.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Back to Mixon on second down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
Melbourne ready to go again on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards for number 11.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Rodgers throw complete there to Moore.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7.
They run once more with McKinnon.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. for 18.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. White.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
They'll try to run with McKinnon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jarek McKinnon.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Caps are able to add on to that lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray.
Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Murray. Eluding the pressure right.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
12 yards there as they move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Elks are back within a score.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Jarek McKinnon making his way back onto the field. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Connects with Kittle underneath. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They go draw play to McKinnon. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Rodgers. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
He was covered by Christian Fulton.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Connects with Kittle underneath. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment, but first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up, as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Danny Johnson returning. Here comes Johnson on the return.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter.
At their own 24-yard line.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the 2nd half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that's caught inside the 35. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? when you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On play action, it's Murray. Short throw held in by Croft. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
On gain of 4 yards. And the Salt Lake City 1st down.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Murray now. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And this one is right through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down.
That's complete to Tony.
And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Melbourne. 1st down.
And again, it's Rodgers.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Handoff, it's McKinnon.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Open man right side is Tony.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
At the 6-yard line.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On play action, it's Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown from 6 yards away.
And the Cavs add 6 to their lead.
That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done.
The extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And the lead is up to 8.
21. Elks 13.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field.
23-yard line.
Murray now on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
An injury stoppage here and a lot of worried faces on that offense and on that sideline as Kyler Murray is in some discomfort. 2nd down and a yard.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Huntley off of play action.
There again is Cooks, complete. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
A gain of 2.
2nd down and 8.
At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And the ball is knocked out. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, Huntley.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Just what they needed, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown! Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Elks are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Rodgers now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
Rodgers' throw caught by Tony.
A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2nd down and 3.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be thrown out across midfield down to the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Partner, the tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd down, McKinnon. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
105 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
White will take it in. Touchdown.
This is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
The extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. one across the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Elks.
Out of the gun, Huntley.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First down.
They go play action with Huntley.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there, pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Steps away to his left. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And it's good enough for a first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Ball start.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
They're going for it. Huntley.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Terrell Basham in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Huntley. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
This is why I've never been a big fan of trying to get too cute down here by the goal line. For every one time something like this works, it seems like it blows up about 10 times. And sure enough,
and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Elks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
yeah, no matter what, I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied, fourth quarter as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Melbourne ready to go again on offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked up by Ashton Davis.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Here's 1st and 10.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the gun to give to Mixon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down 31-28. A little over a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
And that's complete to Brown.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Moore. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Back to throw, Rodgers.
That's complete to Tony.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
And this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. Meanwhile, Rodgers throw complete here to his receiver Brown.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
A lot of pressure here on the kicker, Andrew Mevis.
And now whistles blow here. Play is stopped, and we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is gone. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First down, Salt Lake City.
Now Huntley.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
This taken in by Kincaid.
Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Huntley.
He gets it to Cooks. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Again, 11 on the play. And the Salt Lake City 1st down.
Throwing on 1st and 10, Huntley.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Ball start. Offense.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw here, Huntley.
And that is incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And able to get this out to the 25. Melbourne ready to go again on offense. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now in the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the fourth quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Salt Lake City, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week.
Meanwhile, for Melbourne,
they will fall to 1-1, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.